Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Natalie Poole, and softball season is underway with one tournament in the books and another one coming up at Baton Rouge this weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. But over the weekend at the Texas Classic in Austin, a 1-1 against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, a close loss to nationally ranked Texas, 0-2 against North Texas. We'll talk specifically about a couple of games, but just your general thoughts coming out of Austin.
I feel like we definitely realized some things that we need to go back and focus on. I definitely feel like we didn't play like we practiced. We even handled our live at bats different than we did against an opponent. And so for us, when we go back to the drawing board, we think about how, we were not productive with 2 strikes. And for those who need to be more aggressive early in the count, we tackled defense today as much as possible already this morning. And pitching, kind of focusing individually. Ellen just kind of keeping her steady with where she is, and then Sarah just working her back a little bit, and then, Jordan having a little bit of a different plan to kind of focus with her to get her where she needs to be. So there's definitely some areas that we need to tackle. The good thing is those are things that we physically feel like we can work on, and that's where we wanted to stay physical, not mental. You
picked up your first win in the second game, I believe, of the tournament against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, a 7-5 win. You were down 5-4 in the fifth, so a nice comeback there.
Definitely, and it was nice to see them come back even from the beginning of the game. It was good. We need to be able to do that, and we just got to be able to stay within a good run score. We've got to give ourselves opportunities to win. It was definitely disappointing that Ellen kept us in a ball game on Sunday that we should have been able to score, and we just couldn't do it. But to find our way into a place where we can allow less runs to go across the plate and give us an opportunity to be able to outscore people, we need to do that.
In that win over Corpus Christi, Leilani Bernardino had a couple of hits and a run, and she continues to play well for you. She's moving up all kind of the different categories in career records for the university.
Absolutely, and we expected that. And so actually when she came out the first day, I wasn't overly impressed with her at bats. We talked about it, and I told her, you earned this spot to be in the leadoff, and so if you want to keep it, you got to be more productive. And I think that she did exactly what we anticipated, and I think the more at bats she sees, the better she's going to get, and I think she's going to continue to do that job. I think she's going to do well for us. I think she's going to be a good tempo setter for us offensively.
Ellen Roberts was big in that game. You had come back, you had taken the lead. She comes in, gets the final 2 shutout innings for the save.
Absolutely, and she handled her business. She played steady. She worked steady. She was never beat mentally on the mound. She kept it very physical and just kind of focused on doing her job, and I was really pleased with that.
Fell to Texas also in that tournament 4-0. They had a 3-run fifth inning, I believe. They're a nationally ranked ball club. How do you feel about that game overall?
I think that, to beat a team like that, you have to be perfect in all areas. You've got to be able to play the game defensively perfect. You've got to be able to score runs, and you've got to be able to pitch well. And I thought that Ellen pitched a good game, and I thought that offensively we took our hacks. We had, it may not show on the scoreboard, but we had some hard line drives to some people that kind of shook them, especially the pitcher a couple times. Second baseman made a diving catch. We had some really nice contact that we didn't have anything to show for it, but defensively we let it get away from us a little bit, and they did what they were supposed to do, and that was capitalize on our mistakes. And so we just have to do a better job when we play teams like that, and really when we play anybody.
Amber Lindahl had a very good game. She threw out a couple of runners from behind the plate. She had a good tournament. She was 5 of 8 throwing out runners.
Absolutely, and for us it's important to, when we assess catchers, if they're throwing out 40% of runners, then they're considered an extremely successful catcher. And so right now she's throwing out about 70-75% right now, and I'm just really pleased with what I see, the maturity. She has a good sense of self back there, and her accuracy and consistency is good.
That's probably a very, I know the coaches appreciate it and the players, but for general fans and followers of a softball or a baseball, that's probably a very underappreciated statistic and talent if you can throw those runners out. That really prevents another team's offense from doing a lot of things.
Absolutely, and it helps us get out of situations with them. They get a runner at second, then their momentum shifts, and so we were able to keep their runners at bay, and that's what we needed to do, and they continue to push, and we continue to throw them out. And so I was really proud of that. I think it's going to, set a precedence to people we play in the future about what we do behind the plate. I think there'll be less attempts this year on Amber, and I think that she'll continue to be successful throwing people out.
Well, you have the week to get ready for the LSU Purple and Gold Challenge down in Baton Rouge. Friday, you'll play North Dakota State and Virginia. Saturday, Nicholls State and LSU. And then Sunday, another rematch with North Dakota State. Your general thoughts on this Purple and Gold Challenge?
I think we're going to see, comparable competition to what we saw already. North Dakota State started out 1-4. Their numbers are very similar to ours. I mean, we've got to play well so that we can, do what we need to do against them. I think Nicholls State's, they're well coached, but, I'm not really sure how strong their pitching is. We need to come out and we need to play them well. LSU is going to be a contender. They went 4-1 last weekend, and so, they're going to be tough. They've got some nice stolen bases. They only have 2 errors so far, and, they're riding a decent arm. So, we got to go out there and we've got to play tough. And, a lot of times we're seeing people's best pitchers, and so, we're anticipating to see some good pitching this weekend.
Good thing for you. That's a familiar area. You're going to have a lot of blue in the stands.
That's right.
Coach, we appreciate it, and best of luck down at LSU.
Thank you.
That is Head Coach Natalie Poole. I'm Jeff Brightwell. This is the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.